Australia. Discover the continents. The smallest continent. Sydney Harbour Bridge. Australia is the smallest continent. Its area is slightly smaller than the United States. Did you know in Australia, summer begins in December and winter begins in June? The outback covers much of Australia, but only 60,000 people live there. A huge rock in the outback called Uluru is 5.8 miles, 9.4 kilometers around at its base. The Great Barrier Reef is the world's biggest coral reef system. And here's a picture of it. In Sydney, the Opera House and Harbour Bridge are famous landmarks. Shark Bay is along Australia's western coast. Many sea animals live in the water. Where is Australia? Australia is in the southern and eastern hemispheres. Water completely surrounds it. The Indian Ocean lies to Australia's west. To the east is the Pacific Ocean. Small islands lie off Australia's coast. The largest, Tasmania, is to the south. So here it is. You can see that it's completely surrounded by water. Here we have a compass rose with our basic north, south, east, and west. The land and climate. This is a picture of the Australian outback. Australia is mostly hot and dry. The outback covers western and central Australia. This area has many deserts. The Great Dividing Range of mountains rises along its eastern coast. Vast grasslands cover northern Australia. And here you can see how it divides. And all of this orange is the outback. The grasslands is in the purplish pink. Tropical rainforests are found in northern Australia. Cooler rainforests trail down the eastern coast. The colorful Great Barrier Reef is off the northeastern coast. This long coral reef system was built up by many small coral skeletons. The plants and animals. Eucalyptus forest. Daisies and other wildflowers bloom on the grasslands. In the desert, acacia and baobab trees grow. Eucalyptus forests are found in eastern Australia. In the tropical rainforest, native cherries and plums ripen. Waxflowers climb up trees. Many animals are found only in Australia. Kangaroos hop across the grasslands. Koalas and kookaburras sit in eucalyptus trees. In Australia's rivers, platypuses dive for food. Clownfish and angelfish swim through the Great Barrier Reef. Seahorses hide in the coral. The people. Australia is the only continent that is a single country. It has 6 states and 2 territories. Nearly 23 million people live in Australia. Most Australians live in cities along the coast. Few people live in the outback. However, many of Australia's native peoples make homes there. Sydney is Australia's largest city. About 4.5 million people call it home. Like many Australians, people in Sydney enjoy outdoor activities. They hike through national parks. In the ocean, they snorkel and surf. Australians value their continent's beautiful landscapes. Fast facts about Australia. Its size is 2,970,000 square miles, which is about 7,700,000 square kilometers. It is the smallest continent. It only has one country. The country is Australia. There are 22.8 million people who live there. The most people live in the city of Sydney, Australia. Their top natural resources are natural gas, iron, coal, gold, and precious gems. The top landmarks are the Sydney Opera House, the Great Barrier Reef, Uluru, Sharks Bay. And here we have a glossary. Remember when we were talking about informational text, some of them will have a glossary. This one has a glossary of some of the words we may not have known in the story. And then it gives us some ideas of where we could go to find more information.